What's up guys, and welcome to this tutorial. Today you will learn the song Build My Life by Barrett. I will guide you through the song step by step in segments so that with patience, even a beginner can learn this wonderful song. My name is Silas and I help Christian guitarists master their favorite songs on Fingerstyle guitar. Before we get into the tutorial, let's look at what you will be able to play by the end of this video. Okay, so let's get into the tutorial. For this song, we're going to put the capo onto the first fret. And we're going to play in standard tuning. So this is the low E string, the A, the D, G, B, and high E string. And we're going to call these frets as usual. So this is fret number 1, fret number 2, fret number 3. So when I say in this tutorial, the G string on the second fret, 1, 2, second fret, G string, G string right here. Just so you know how to navigate. So yeah, let's get into this tutorial. There are, by the way, timestamps in the description, so if you want to move around in the video and learn the parts you want to learn, you can do that. Okay, so let's get into the first part, which is the verse. So this is the first part that we're going to learn. So we start off by using our ring finger on the 3rd fret of the low E string, like this. And after this, going to this is the only string we're pressing down right now, and then we're going to play low E string, D string, G string, and then B string 4 times in this rhythm. So and then after this, we use our our middle finger to press down the G string on the 2nd fret and play it twice, like this. And then we move down with our ring finger and we go to the A string on the 3rd fret and play it once. like this. So like this. And then we stay in this position. We play the G string once more on the 2nd fret, followed by B string open. By open I mean you're not gonna press down anything. And then you play the G string on the 2nd fret again. So like this. And the second time you play the G string on the 2nd fret, you're going to do a pull off. So a pull off like this, going from 2nd fret to open, basically. That's what a pull off is. And this happens pretty quickly, right? So from the start. Like this. And after this, we after doing the pull off, you're gonna put your ring finger onto the D string on the 2nd fret, just like you would in a C major chord, right? And you play the D string on the 2nd fret, where you just put your finger once, followed by A string on the 3rd fret, like we already have, and then D string again, G string open, D string on the 2nd fret again, and G string open again. Now this may sound unfamiliar. This is just the notes that we use to fill out the gap in this part of the song. So when you play this quickly in context, it makes sense. So let's play this through one more time, slowly. And after this, we just play the exact same part again. Like I can show you the transition from this part. So we just play the exact same thing one more time. And then the 3rd time, we're gonna play it like this. And I'm going to teach you this right now. Okay, so we start off again by putting our ring finger onto the low E string on the 3rd fret. And that's the only thing we're going to press down right now. And we're going to play low E string, D string, G string, just like we learned in the first part, and then B string. But this time, instead of 4 times, play it only 3 times. Like this. And immediately after this, we're going to do this is a small stretch. So maybe you need to practice this a bit, but you're going to use our index finger to press down the B string on the 1st fret. Like this, and play it once, and do a hammer on, like this. Sorry, a pull off. Like this. So going from 1st fret to open. Like this. So, slowly. Like this. And after this, we use our middle finger to press down the G string on the 2nd fret. And we're going to drop the ring finger and go to the A string on the 3rd fret. Like this. And play it once. And after this, we play the G string again. We just stay in this position. G string 2nd fret. And then B string open. And then the same hammer on as the first part we learned. So this is the exact same part basically. 2nd fret, G string, and then pull off. Sorry, did I say hammer on again? I mean pull off. And then again, D string 2nd fret, A string 3rd fret. Just like the first part. But this was a bit complicated, so let's go through it slowly. So from the start of this 2nd part, stretch and hammer on, G string 2nd fret, but this time, instead of playing, we're going to play, and that's what we're learning right now. So after playing this part, we're going to play the G string open twice, and then G string 2nd fret, and then B string open. So, and immediately after playing this B string on the open, after playing this B string open, we're going to go back to this G chord basically. So we're going to play the low E string on the 3rd fret, and then we're going to play the D string, open, G string, open, and then D string again, and low E string again. So just going up and down basically, so like this, small arpeggio. And then after this, we play the G string on the 2nd fret. You can keep your ring finger on the low E string because it helps the note to ring out, right? And then we, like I said, G string on the 2nd fret, play twice, then G string open, then G string 2nd fret again. So like this. And then we go down with the with the ring finger, we go down to the A string on the 3rd fret, and we play it the A string twice, like this, and then G string open. So the last part, again slowly. And in the original, you just play everything we learned right now one more time, and that's the full verse, and you already learned the verse. So that's the nice thing with fingerstyle guitar, because you don't have any lyrics, right? You can just learn it once and then just repeat it twice. So yeah, this was already the verse. Just play it twice when you do a playthrough. And let's get to the fun part, the chorus. Okay, so let's get to this wonderful part of the chorus. We're starting off by putting our middle finger onto the A string on the 3rd fret. And we're going to put the ring finger onto the B string on the 3rd fret. So we have 2 fingers on the 3rd fret of the A string and the B string. And we're going to pluck together 3 strings in this position. So that is the A string, G string, and B string on the 3rd fret, all 3 strings together. You can roll them a bit like this instead of playing them simultaneously, but you can choose how you want to do it. And we're going to play it once, and then after that we're going to stay in this position with our left hand, and we're going to pluck the bottom 2 strings, not the bottom 2 strings, but the G string and the B string still in the same position, but this time without this one, without the A string. So like this. And immediately after this, we play the bass note, so the low A string on the, sorry, the A string on the 3rd fret once more. So like this. Just to give it some rhythm instead of just playing, we're going to play like this. And after this we play again the 2 strings without the bass note. So like this. Sorry. Makes sense, right? And then after this we move to the A string on the 1st fret. Sorry, not the A string, the B string. And we play it once. And then we play the B string open. So, sorry. And then after this, we play, after playing the B string open, we play the G string on the 2nd fret. And after this, we move to an A minor chord position. So this looks like this. We're going to press down the D string on the 2nd fret, G string 2nd fret, and B string 1st fret. A minor, right? And we're going to pluck the A string, the G string, and the B string. All 3 strings, the same 3 strings we plucked earlier, but this time, instead of in this, we're going to play it in this chord position. So we play 3 strings together, and after this we play the D string on the 2nd fret. So, sorry, like this. And after this we play the B string and the G string together without the bass note, like this. So like this. And immediately after this we play the A minor again, this time with the bass note again, so 3 strings, like this, just like we did it the first time. So and when we play that last A minor, we're going to do a pull off on the 1st fret on the A string here, like this. So like this. You see my finger moving up here, like this. And then you do, we play the G string on the 2nd fret, G string open, and then we move our ring finger to the G position again. So this is the low E string on the 3rd fret, and we're going to play the low E string together with the G and B string open, all 3 strings together. And after this we play the basically the same pattern with the C chord which we had and the A minor we had. So after playing all 3 strings together, we play the bottom, not the bottom 2 strings, I keep saying the bottom 2 strings, I mean the G and B string open alone, and after that we play the bass note. So like this. And then after this we're going to play the after playing the bass note, we're going to play the B and the G string open once more, and then we go to the G string on the 2nd fret, play it once, then B string open, then B string first fret, B string third fret, together with the low E string open, like this. So again slowly. So we went from here. You can just take your time, stop the video and take your time to really practice this part and to memorize it. And after playing the B string on the third fret with the low E string, we keep the low E string ringing out, and then we go back to the first fret on the B string, open, then G string second fret, and then G string open, just like this. So and then you just go back to the start. So the chorus just repeats itself. It's the same thing with the verse. You just play it twice to get to like the original length. And this was already the chorus. Now let's get to the bridge. Okay, so let's get to the bridge. If you've made it this far, this won't be that difficult because this is probably the easiest part. It's very simple, very calm. So we start off G string open once, and then we go to a C shape. So we're going to play the A string on the third fret like this, and we're going to play the what's this called? The D string on the second fret. And we're going to pluck 3 strings, and these are namely the A string, the D string, and the G string in set chord shape, the C. Like this. We play it once after playing the G string open. Like this. And after this, we go to the G string on the second fret, B string open, B string third fret, and then we move our thumb to the low E string on the second fret like this. So we go over the neck basically to press down the low E string on the second fret. If this is too difficult for you, you can probably do something like this, but I would recommend just using your thumb so you have other fingers left. And you're going to play this together with the G string open, like this, and then you go to the G string on the second fret again, so open, and then second fret, B string open, B string third fret, and then E minor shape, but you don't need to press down anything, you can just play the low E string and the G string open, like this. Then G string second fret again, B string open, B string third fret, and then low E string third fret here, together with high E string, so the bottom one here, open, and then B string third fret. Make sure to keep your middle finger here so that the bass note rings out. So, and then B string third fret, like I said, B string open, G string second fret, and then G string open twice. And that was basically already it. And this is just a question of memorizing the notes, right? So let's go through it one more time slowly. And then basically this is the same part, the same thing with the verse, the chorus, and also the bridge. We just play the same thing twice, which makes it so easy for us, right? But then at the end of the second time, you play it a bit differently. So when you play the second time, when you play the bridge the second time, so you play and when you get to this point, you play to do the transition. So instead of playing, you play so this is just the only change that happens is when you get to this point where you play the low E string on the 3rd fret and the high E string open, and then you play the same way we did earlier, the B string on the 3rd fret, then open, but then we play the B string on the 3rd fret again. Instead of we play the B string on the 3rd fret again. That's the only change, so that you can transition cleanly to the chorus. And so on and so on. Okay, so we've made it to the end of this wonderful song. I really hope that you were able to learn this song and that you just get into the routine and just practice it and memorize the tabs, like the notes, and just get fluent in playing. If this tutorial helped you, then I've achieved my goal. So I'm really glad if that worked out for you. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you the next time that we learn a song together.